You probably see this video and think, wow, what lousy lighting. What's that? Is that a bug light? No, it's another phone. I'm making a video. My point is the lighting important? My videos, I talk. You know this. I don't juggle. I can juggle. I don't juggle. I don't do anything worth saying. I did shave my beard though. Kinda. It's not worth saying either. I'm afflicted right now. Not important. If it was important, I'd tell you. If it was earth shaking, then you'd already know. I was told by someone, almost every time I refer to someone, I'm referring to the same someone. The someone that I probably rightly, certainly sometimes rightly, refer to as the goddess. She earned her position with immense amount of work. She's caused me to question everything. But more than that, she's essentially fundamentally changed who I am. And if you hang out with me long enough, I'll probably do the same with you. Oh, there's a scene in this show I want you to see because I like it very much.
Carry on with your battle. You have not one, but 1,000 reasons to.
Thank you, Eminence.
Do you know what is so awful about these endless battles over rights? There is no room left for poetry.
That is probably the most profound and deep statement, commentary on modern life that you will hear for somewhere between 6 months and 6 years of your life around this moment. There's no room for poetry because of the endless battle for rights. The soul understands a degree of suffering, a degree of injustice. It's what gives us hope. And as someone who just earlier today was trying to get up the desire to fight the stupid system, the low IQ, average idiot system. earlier today. I understand his words. Maybe you don't. That sucks if you don't understand his words. And again, I'm a poet. Not that I write much poetry anymore. Between feeling things deeply and trying not to think about feeling, keeps me busy. I think it was Somerset Belanoff who asked if I can carry a woman's burden. I don't know who else it would have been. Lady Somerset Belanoff, Queen of the Illuminati. Wasn't that her? God. Yes. My wife. Wasn't it her that said that? The fuck was it if it wasn't her? You know what I hate? When I can hear people who ignore me studiously. They study the ignoring of me and revel in the effect it has. Yet I can feel them listening. Which means they exalt me higher than they'd ever want to show. That is what that means. And I said, yes, I can help carry her burden. I thought of how I held my daughter's mom while she gave birth, and I felt myself being between that world of born and unborn. And I thought of something else. I have no idea what anymore. Maybe being a champion of Mary or some shit. I'm making fun of myself there in case you didn't know. So yesterday, I was thinking about meeting women just for sex. I didn't say just for a quick orgasm and to take off. Sex, making love. And then I was thinking about skirts and how wearing a skirt is sexy because, you know, whether she's sitting on your lap or, you know, it's easier access. It's easier access to make love if she's wearing a skirt. And I'm having, you know, these visions, you know, they're not just mine. These are something I share with the goddess. Let me just verify that, because if I'm wrong, I'd rather know. But I believe I'm right. Is that right? As long as that's as far as I take the commonality of mine and yours, I'm not going to go into any great details, okay? It's decidedly so. Pause it and adjust the screen if you can't see. That's what it says. Take a screenshot, adjust the light. Or take my word for it. That would be the smart thing to do. But for the sake of my knee, of learning a skill, you could go and try. So, I'm not very good at being delicate sometimes. Oh, I was thinking something good distraction transition point here. When I said earlier, she's made me a new man, she's made me someone very far different than I ever thought I'd be. It's usually people's assumption that someone who says what I just said is saying, I'm a better man than I was. I'm saying the opposite, without saying it. At the age of 43, primarily in the last year and a half, just about everything about me has changed dramatically. And then she'd have the nerve to ask, well, why are you changed dramatically? Yes, why? Tell us then, why? Please tell us, we want to know. Yes, we do. She says, knowing. Yes. Now she's all happy and laughing and clowny because I can't answer that. In this instance. I don't know what it is with her and clowns. She's funny a lot of the time when I'm not in the mood for humor, and her humor is as messed up as mine is. But it's really the time and the space between us that is too far sometimes. Very confused. It's impossible not to be. I question whether or not there's even answers in this world to the questions that I would ask, to the topics related to this. 8chan, 4chan, these channels. Reminds me of an operator with a switchboard. Tesla. Me. Yeah. I was talking about Sagittarius asterisk A. And it's nice to be like a trendsetter. And it's like annoying because sometimes so many ideas someone can cram 70 or 80 ideas, 15 of which they know you agree with, 30 of which are really lightweight concepts that don't carry a lot of gravity. ultimately, so they don't matter. And then there's the ones where they totally guess or say some dumb shit to see if I think it's important enough to correct it. If we think it's important enough. God help me. She holds the ground beneath her feet. I must confess that I don't always believe in this world. I don't mean that in a romantic way either. I just simply don't believe that it exists. And not in the... You know that saying, no man is an island? The way I mean it means I am an island, trying desperately to have the energy to try to connect when someone is within reach to connect with, but staying alive without that connection while I wait for it. One way or another takes more energy than I have to give, without fail. I'm under no obligation to make these videos longer than necessary. It's kind of interesting that If I Am the Messiah Part 3 loaded today, because I put that video up like 3 days ago, and I didn't think it was ever gonna go through, and it disappeared from my... I didn't have it backed up anywhere. It vanished. If it didn't upload, it was going to be lost, and I would never know what it says. I still won't. But if I did listen, I would know. The yearning in the mind, body, and soul of women, I understand now. They always want it to be perfect. Perfect. The approach, the conversation to be swept off her feet. But does she ever stop and think there's never a time when she says, right now, I'm ready to be swept off my feet? It's right up there with the lack of poetry, isn't it? Women aren't as vain as men think. I'd like to say men aren't as vain as women think. The fact remains that if I am poor, I need a woman who is rich enough to balance us off. Watching this, it's called the new Pope, I think. I'm sore. I'm finding this shit cold.
Poetry.
The new Pope. Season 1, it's brand new. The Young Pope was a terrible show. I watched that. I'm by no means Catholic. But this character, the one I showed you, he makes me not hate Catholics. And I do, usually. Quite a bit. And he may turn out to be terrible in 5 minutes, but this seemed kind of thoughtful. I'm not in the mood to give my commentary on any religion. But in the show there was the starting of a cult. No, it was just, there was an established cult. And I was like, yeah, I'd still do the cult thing. As I've said for a long time, people were like, don't start a cult. He's gonna start a cult, you know? Like, stupid. It's the stupidest shit. And then for 2 years, he's the beast. He might be the beast, but he can be good and be the beast. He's Lucifer. He's Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. And I got to the point that I'm at now, where, you know, this chick said to me a while ago, you can die young and be a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And right then, it made sense to me. I don't want to be a hero. I don't want to look at myself when I say that, but it's true. I already see myself as a villain. You can live with God, or you can live with man. You can live with the goddess, or you can live with man. Mankind, male and female. But if you live with the divine, you can only visit. I don't know what I hate more. Religion, humanity, the way people lie to themselves, the way that they are judgmental of each other and make assumptions. I know the goddess is planning to I feel that she's planning to torment me, torture me. Until I'm masculine enough. And let me tell you, she likes toxic masculinity. As long as it's a Righteous man with a just heart. A righteous man with a pure heart. I feel like I could spend almost quite literally forever living here, spending a portion of my day every day in conversation with the divine, who is a friend of mine. And I suppose I'm her divine friend also. She's very clever. She hates self-righteousness. She hates lying. Just like me. I need to learn to laugh more with her. Yeah, I don't believe this world. I don't believe this world exists. I don't believe it.